What a way to wrap things up. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best teen movie endings. For this list, we're looking at the most memorable final scenes in movies geared towards teens. Naturally, a spoiler alert is in order. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
And it kills me so. I took so long, I'll never turn my back on you.
Number 10. Love Letter to All the Boys I've Loved Before. One of the best and most beloved teen movies in recent years has to be this Netflix original.
She deserves a great guy like Josh. And so I wrote him a letter. And I wasn't gonna send the letter or anything. It was just for me to understand how I was feeling.
2018 was a bit of a rough year in the world, and this sweet and simple rom-com was exactly what we all needed. It harkens back to a time where happy endings were okay in romance movies. And we got a classic happily ever after when Lara Jean and Peter kick off their new, not fake relationship on the lacrosse pitch.
I need you to know that I like you, Peter Kavinsky. And not in a fake way.
Of course, she expresses her feelings to him in a letter, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
I'd always fantasized about falling in love in a field. But I just never thought it'd be the kind where you played lacrosse.
Number 9. Wishes Do Come True. 16 Candles. This John Hughes masterpiece is one of the most iconic teen movies ever made.
I'm sure they didn't forget your birthday. They just didn't remember it right away.
Same difference.
I know it's a drag that your sweet 16's the day before Ginny gets married, but big deal.
Protagonist Sam spends the story feeling hurt that her family forgot her birthday because her sister's wedding is the following day, and wondering if her crush Jake Ryan will ever notice her.
He doesn't even know you exist. Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say.
In the climactic scene, Jake surprises Sam by showing up after the wedding ceremony to pick her up. He gives her a cake with 16 candles on it, duh, and the two finally kiss while she says that her birthday wish has already come true.
Happy birthday, Samantha. Good wish.
It already came true.
Number 8. We'll Always Be Together. Grease. The entire end sequence of Grease is extremely memorable, with Sandy showing up in a whole new look that's given us bad girl fashion inspo for decades.
Sandy?
Tell me about it, stud.
And singing You're the One That I Want with Danny.
You're the one that I want. You're the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. The one that I want. You're the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey.
Some might say it's bad messaging that Sandy felt she had to change for a man, but don't forget that Danny put on a Letterman sweater for the occasion. After it's clear that these two are going to make it work, the entire gang ends the film by singing We Go Together as Sandy and Danny literally ride off into the sun. Number 7. An ending to remember, a walk to remember. A lot of the endings we'll be discussing today are happy ones, but this is a definite exception.
I'm sick.
I'll take you home. You'll be better tomorrow.
No, Landon. I'm sick. I have leukemia.
From the moment we found out that Jamie had leukemia, we probably should have known that we'd be grabbing for the Kleenex by the end of A Walk to Remember, but no matter how many times we see it, it doesn't get any less devastating.
Jamie and I had a perfect summer together. With more love than lots of people know in a lifetime. And then she went, with her unfailing faith.
After Jamie and Landon get married, we learn that she died soon after. Even sadder, perhaps, is when Landon goes back and visits Jamie's father, telling him that he's sad that Jamie never got to witness a miracle.
I'm sorry she never got her miracle.
Reverend Sullivan proceeds to tell him that he himself was the miracle all along.
She did. It was you.
Number 6. A Whole New Girl World. Mean Girls. When Katie is crowned queen at the Spring Fling dance, she breaks down barriers by breaking the tiara into pieces and handing them out to everyone who she felt deserved the title too.
A piece for Janice Ian.
Seriously, most people just take the crown and go.
And a piece for Regina George. She fractured her spine and she still looks like a rock star.
Thank you.
And some for everybody else.
Katie makes up with Damien and Janice, she kisses Aaron, and it feels like a classic happy ending. But we also get a bit of an epilogue showing what everyone did after the plastics broke up, as Katie describes in a voiceover how Girl World was finally at peace and balance was finally achieved at North Shore High School.
All the drama from last year just wasn't important anymore. School used to be like a shark tank, but now I could just float.
Number 5. Blue is the warmest color. Loves Simon. After Simon asks Blue to meet him at the carnival, he and all the other students wait in anticipation.
Oh my God, look. I bet he's waiting for the other gay kid. Where's Dana? She'll love this.
You got this, buddy. Proud of you.
Simon rides the Ferris wheel over and over again to see if Blue will actually reveal himself. When it seems like he's never gonna show up, Bram finally approaches the ride and asks Simon if he can sit with him.
Can I sit there? I was kind of waiting for somebody. Yeah, I know.
Simon is just as surprised as the audience that Bram is actually the guy he's been talking to all along.
It's me. But that night at the party, yeah, I was drunk and confused, and it ended like a minute after you saw us.
The two share a sweet and lighthearted conversation before they kiss at the top of the ride with everyone watching from below.
Are you disappointed that it's me? No.
Number 4. Sonnet 141, 10 Things I Hate About You. This teen movie is based on Shakespeare's play The Taming of the Shrew, and there are references to the bard throughout the story, including at the end when the students are asked to pen their own versions of the poet's Sonnet 141.
All right, I assume everyone has found time to complete their poem, except for Mr. Donna, who has an excuse. Chef, lose the glasses.
Kat writes a poem called 10 Things I Hate About You directed at Patrick, in which she describes her complicated feelings for him while tearing up in front of the class.
I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
After she leaves the room embarrassed, she finds the guitar she's been lusting after in the front seat of her car, and Patrick shows up to reveal that he bought it for her.
Nice, huh?
A Fender Strat? Is it for me?
Yeah, I thought you could use it, you know, when you start your band.
Number 3. Life moves pretty fast. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
Ferris Bueller spends the entire movie figuring out an elaborate scheme to cut class for the day. And by the end, it seems inevitable that he's gonna get caught.
I got you, Ferris.
But it all wraps up with his sister Jeannie covering for him and basically blackmailing the dean of students.
By the way, Mr. Rooney, you left your wallet on the kitchen floor.
Ferris makes it back up to bed just in time for his parents to come home. The scene ends with the iconic line, first uttered at the beginning of the film.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Number 2, the truth comes out, Cruel Intentions. Cruel Intentions is an over-the-top drama about teenage sex and intrigue, but the shocking ending came straight out of left field.
Such a tragedy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
One of the film's primary figures, Sebastian, is abruptly killed when he's hit by a car while fighting in the street with Ronald. No one could have seen this coming. And then on top of that, Sebastian's journal ends up being printed and distributed to everyone in school during his memorial service. Annette somehow ends up with Sebastian's car, and it seems like she is the only one who has a somewhat happy ending. This list is stacked. Honestly, each one is better than the last, as it should be, obviously. But our number 1 has everything. Moving voiceover, memorable music, and an iconic freeze frame. Is that a big enough clue? Let's check out the honorable mentions, and then we'll see if our top pick ends this video as well as it ends the movie.
Here and now, it's time for celebration. I finally figured out, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what's going to happen now?
No, I don't.
Zachary Seiler. guest.
I see you've been watching my live webcast. Still going on, you know.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club. After their Saturday detention ends, everything has changed for the members of the Breakfast Club. In Brian's essay, he breaks down the stereotypes that were held up earlier in the film. Having bonded with each other though, the brain, athlete, basket case, princess, and criminal come to realize just how similar they truly are.
We accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are.
Of course, what makes the scene oh so iconic is the Simple Minds song Don't You Forget About Me blaring in the background.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain, and an athlete,
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal. Does that answer your question?
Judd Nelson throwing his fist in the air and the frame freezing make for one of the most memorable moments in movie history.
Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
Don't you forget about me.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.